I want to talk about how you protect your assets in the public. Y'all want to hear that? No, nobody want to talk about that. I feel like stepping on some toes. Cool? Look, you ever thought about, let's say you don't have a trust. A lot of people don't have trust. So it's like, what am I going to do? How do I get ahead? First and foremost, you got to understand ownership versus control. You can practice own nothing, control everything in the public without a private trust, without a 9A number, without any of that stuff. It's a little bit more difficult. Well, it's actually a lot more difficult, but it can be done, and it can be done easily. Why I say it's a lot more difficult is because it requires a change in your habits. And that's probably one of the most difficult things to do, myself included, is to change my habits, whether, especially, any habit, positive habit, make it better, a bad habit, whatever. Habits are habitual. So, being able to, protect your assets and understanding how to protect your assets, you got to understand, in order to do that, you're going to have to change some of your habits. So we got wealth eroding factors, and this is what I want to tell you. Wealth eroding factors, things that erode away your wealth, okay? Whether it's $100, $200, you get a paycheck, man, it's getting eaten up. And there are certain factors that go into why your paycheck is getting tore off. So I want to get into some of those, and I want to identify some of those so we can identify some of the causes of why we're not we're not acquiring assets properly in the first place, so that we can acquire them and then we can protect them. And then I'll get into some public protection, processes that work. I can guarantee it if you do it the proper way. Do a little disclaimer on there. I'm like the IRS. You should read some of their publications, man. They're crazy. Anyways, so wealth eroding factors, things, different types of things, activities, what have you, that erode away, that take away from your wealth. These things include litigation, fines, taxes, alimony, probate, judgments, tickets, garnishments, parking fees, mortgage, rent. We've got registration, passport fees, driver's license fees, bank fees, transaction fees, sales tax, insurance payments, credit card, interest. Not only do you have to pay back the balance, you got to pay interest. That erodes your wealth. Tolls. If you traveling, you got toll booths. Come on, man. Do that enough. Gasoline for the vehicle. Bus fare, train fare, electricity, natural gas. If you have that, unless you don't, got electric stove, gas, electricity, subscriptions, cable bills, Netflix, cell phone bills. All these things are eroding away your wealth. Now, some could argue, a mortgage payment isn't necessarily an eroding factor. Whatever. Property is usually an appreciating asset. There's factors that go into it, but, usually property is an appreciating asset. So you can say that, property payments or mortgage payments are not eroding or is not one of the eroding factors. Cool. But if you are foreclosed on, you don't get that stuff back. So, there's different situations, different scenarios that may present themselves that can turn a good situation into a bad situation. We always got to understand that. So what are assets? We have two classes of assets, basically. You have appreciating assets and depreciating assets. And within those two classes of assets, you have subgroups, two subgroups of assets. You can have depreciating tangible assets or depreciating intangible assets, or you can have appreciating or appreciating tangible assets or depreciating intangible assets. But nonetheless, let's get specific. Man, time flies when you're talking and nobody ain't talking back to you. So these types of things are wealth eroding factors, specifically litigation, specifically divorces, messy divorces, specifically, different types of judgments, maybe a bankruptcy, a foreclosure. These things can really, really hurt an individual. First and foremost, if you want to, protect assets, the bottom line, the best way to do it is to trust, period. But I know a lot of my people ain't in that position. So you can protect assets with a corporation. The biggest thing you got to do is set it up properly. It has to be an actual recognized corporation, not only by the state, but by the federal government as well, including the IRS. You have to not commingle the assets. You have to not self-deal. You have to pretty much do exactly. You have to do what a trustee does with regards to a trust. Because as a corporate officer of any type of corporation, LLC, what have you, you are in a corporate fiduciary capacity. Now, if you have a proper, corporation set up, it can definitely be a holding corporation. It can definitely be something of the like. Just don't create any contracts or contracts with it. You can title, your vehicle. You can title things in this entity. Do a tax return for it every year. Get it properly set up, and title property into a corporation. So if you can bankrupt a corporation and it doesn't affect your personal credit, in that same scenario, you can go bankrupt personally and it won't affect your corporation. There's a lot of individuals that I know, clients that I have, that their personal credit is tore down and they don't care. It doesn't even matter to them. Because, they have different entities, corporate entities, multiple corporate entities. I have a client that has 7 companies with business credit profiles. You spread all that out, that's over like $3 million worth of business credit. He doesn't need any personal credit. He abhors personal credit. I know individuals in the private that haven't used their Social Security number for over 7 years. The name of the game is contributing a little in taking out a lot. And in the game of commerce, how can I contribute a little and take out a lot? If there's not enough people around here walking around with the stuff to take. Now, whether it be taxing authorities, certain types of litigators, attorneys, so on and so forth. So yeah. How do you protect your assets? Make them not yours. Title them in another entity. Title them in a trust. Title them in a corporation. Do not title them in your Social Security number, in your name. You don't own nothing. You control everything. Can you get similar protection in a corporate form for assets as you could in a trust form? Similar, yes. What are you up against? You're up against the potential that the state at any point in time can call or, put forth a bill or a House resolution and legislate against corporations. You could say any corporation that's holding assets of more than this number must be taxed on those assets or something. That's why I said similar protection. Because the trust is not only its existence is legislation, therefore it's not governed by legislation. So you don't have to worry about that. But that's a possibility. But if you see what's happening right here, they're making it better for corporations as far as taxes goes, and worse or mediocre for individuals. They're pretty much telling you where you're supposed to be, what side of the game you're supposed to be on. You're pretty much being told. I hear it loud and clear. I'm just trying to translate it into the type of terms to where I'm able to articulate it and get it across to my people. The urgency of what's going on. It's happening slowly, but it's happening fast. It's really oxymoronic. But with that being said, yes, you can protect your assets in the public. Not as securely as you could with the private entity, with the trust or some sort of foundation, a private foundation or something. But is it possible? Yes, it's possible. Yeah, it's possible. You need to create a corporation at arm's length. You cannot commingle. You cannot self-deal. I would go so far as to say that you don't even take any benefits or money from the corporation. You just title the assets in the name of the corporation. Once again, is this the optimum situation? No. What's the optimum situation? So establish your private estate. Can everyone do that? No. Why? There's a lot of different factors that go into that. Not everyone can do everything. Not everyone can go into the NBA. Not everyone can be a chef. Not everyone can see all the colors. Some people are colorblind. Not everyone can play basketball. Not everyone can, write songs. Not everyone can write poetry. Not everyone can write movie scripts. Not everyone can do everything. So not everyone is going to jump and be able to, just jump on trust and be able to do that dance. Not everyone's going to be able to do the corporate dance either. Some people are just going to be wage earners. But is that you? I don't know. I don't think so. So I'm going to go to the phone lines here in a second. That's pretty much all I got. I just wanted to say that you can protect your assets in the public as well as the private. Fundamentally, are your assets as protected in the public as they would be in the private? No. Why? Because state entities are controlled by legislation. New legislation can be enacted that affects your state agency or entity. Trusts do not owe their existence. Private trusts, contracts trusts, do not owe their existence to legislation. Therefore, they are not governed by legislation. But is it possible to protect assets in the public? Yes, people do it all the time. I've met clients with lots and lots of money. I've, sat down with people before. I put them on to this information. They knew exactly what I was talking about, but really they told me, you know what, honestly, it doesn't matter to me. But the way I got this stuff set up, I've been working so hard for this long, it's really, really rickety, and there's a lot of tape and a couple extra screws, but this works, and I'm good with this. And really, I respect that. You invested a lot of years setting your whole thing up. Who am I to come through and just tell you something you didn't know and, make all that energy expense seem like it's in vain to you? I can't judge no one for not, drinking the water that I led you to. So I understand that. So this show is for those who may not be in a position, currently have the ability, or just aren't there yet with the private transition, going private. I know we all want to, but everybody has their own pace, and that's fine. But bottom line, titling in the corporation. I was avoiding parking tickets by titling my vehicles in corporations. I remember the state captured my income taxes one time. I got a notice of the income taxes I was finna get. That was already spent. I had already told people I was finna pay them back and all types of stuff. And I got the little envelope, and I just knew there was a check, and there was no check. There was a stub and a receipt and an itemized deduction of basically why I didn't get no bread. It was because of parking tickets. That's how I came into this information. Protecting my assets publicly. That's why I feel like I was able to try and transition so quickly into the private and, trust administration and so on and so forth. But yeah, I titled my car in the name of the company, in the name of an LLC, and would park on the street at a meter or whatever, I don't care what it was, and get out the whip and close the door and arm the alarm and walk away and wouldn't care. I'll walk back, man, people like, man, you got a ticket on your car. You got a ticket on your car. I started laughing. They look at me like I'm crazy. What you mean? Why are you laughing? Because it's a ticket. These are funny. I throw it. I might throw it on the ground. Tear it up. You should see people's faces. Oh my God, you just tore it for parking ticket. Like, man, it is funny. It was, it's freeing, but it was funny. I used to, troll people with them parking tickets. But I was protecting my asset. What asset was I was protecting? The income that I was generating as a wage earner, and the tax returns that I was receiving from the state and the federal government. That's what I was protecting. How was I protecting it? By titling an asset of mine that was titled in my name in the name of a corporation, so I no longer was personally responsible for any of its parking tickets or anything. Yo, check this out. And, I came on High Frequency, if y'all remember, man, and this is a story I told, and this changed my life, telling this story on High Frequency. I'm not playing. You know what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Bottom line, though, I was not tripping on parking tickets. I wasn't tripping on parking tickets at all. Man, I can feel the energy. People was like, man, I swear, I'm not playing. I can feel. Okay. Look, I titled the vehicle in the company. I titled it, man. I got text. I titled the vehicle in the company, and I got some parking tickets. Well, the company did. Well, the vehicle, you know what I'm saying. Got some parking tickets, a few of them, because whatever. And the state that was giving the parking tickets, the state, it's the state of whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's the state of, it's parking tickets. They sent one of them letters, man. It must have been a robo letter or something. But, it was saying on there, it said the name of the company, the address of the company. And it said, vehicle, it said the last something digits of the VIN number. And then it was like, some tickets, this is the amount. It was a few $100s, too. I wasn't going to pay that. And it was some threats. Basically, if you don't pay, this is what's going to happen. And it was like, the first thing on there, the state threatened the corporation to suspend its driver's license that it didn't have. There were some other threats on there. There was a couple more that didn't apply to a corporation. It was crazy. I mean, I think I still have that letter to this day because it was a large eye-opener. Man, look, I'm going to say it again. The state threatened its own corporation that it was going to take away its driver's license that it did not have. It was addressed to a corporation. My name was nowhere on it. Revoke or suspend your driver's license. Look, man, we got to understand the rules of the game. We got to understand what's going on. Bottom line is, we putting in effort, we putting in energy, and, every time it's an exchange. Is it an even exchange? That's up to us and our knowledge level and what we know and what we're willing to take and what we're not. But it's all about the preservation of assets that you acquire. Hopefully and trustfully, you're acquiring assets that appreciate in value, so that you're creating a foundation of wealth, preferably outside of the banking system, that will never lose its value. I'm talking about silver and gold, precious metals. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And we got to be able to protect those. Whether, other assets are vehicles, other assets are property, so on and so forth. We got to be able to protect our assets. Now, whether it's through trusts or corporations, that's cool. Some of y'all might have business credit and be banging businesses and bankrupting them and, keeping arm's length dealing so, they can't touch you and stuff. And, you're tearing up the business credit and keeping the personal credit cool. Whatever floats your boat. I just want to let y'all know you have options. And yes, you can protect your assets with a public entity with potential issues depending on your state's legislation and future passage of legislation. So you got to stay up on that. But that's something I've done. And I wanted to share that with y'all this episode. Because even though I wish everyone, that hears my vibration of my vocal cords, no matter where you are, could be private and set up your private estate, I have to admit and be logical, but that's not realistic. And I want to be fair. And in all fairness, there are things you can do in the public to protect yourself as well. I just wish you would get out as fast as possible. I'm going to open the phone lines. Y'all can call in 424-222-5250, 563-999-3625. Might not take too many callers. I got a headache. I haven't, I've had better days, y'all, but I still love you. Definitely had better days. But yeah, the phone lines are open. You can call in, press 1 on your handset. I'm just doing a quick check, real quick. Seeing some of the homies. All right, I'm going to go to the first caller. What do we got? I'm going to start off with my mellow, my man. My mellow. Brother Mellow.
Yeah.
How you doing? Hey, peace.
Peace
How you
to
doing?
the guys, man. Peace to the guys, man. Give thanks, you know what I'm saying? Give thanks to the ancestors, you know what I'm saying? To the creators, you know what I'm saying? Now the forefathers and the foremothers and the forerunners, you know what I'm saying? Just giving thanks right now. I'm into the studies, you know what I'm saying? A little bit more and strengthen my relationship, with the trust, you know what I'm saying, set up. And, and I'm looking into the family limited partnerships, you know what I'm saying? So we can be, we can gain that avoidance from, from such, you know what I'm saying, all type of tax events, man. So that's what it's about, you know what I'm saying? I was definitely leaning toward what you were saying when you was demonstrating to the family about how you got the parking ticket and then how they was tripping because It's the mindset, and it's the way of the life, it's the way of the living, you know what I'm saying, or the condition that changes when you secure yourself. But other individuals are not able to relate when they're not in a secure stance or they're not in a secure state. So that's serious right now. So I'm like all over the border right now. So I ain't gonna say all over the border, but I'm trying to get this. I'm getting the understanding of this about, you know what I'm saying, different little authentications, being more familiar with a writ, learning more contracts, looking familiar ways, and actually getting familiar, getting abreast to the etymologies of the word or the word play, because you got to know the language. You got to speak the language. You feel me? So that's what it really is. My main concern now is what I see ultimately is part of our complete purpose and cause for missions for being here as light beings, kings and queens, gods and goddesses, and co-creators here on this earth, custodians of the earth, is definitely part of securing ourselves, securing self. First and foremost, you got to secure self. You know, you can look at that beautiful rose that grows in the garden with the thorns around it, but you got to recognize the thorns protect a self-protection mechanism. You know what I'm saying? That actually is for that rose's protection, and the protection is a part of securing. So with that being said, that's definitely one of our main purpose and cause for being here, brother. So the secure state that we should be in is actually one of our main should be actually one of our main highlights, you know what I'm saying, in our lifetime. And it's interesting. You know, most people try to get this thing down, they get all worn out, and, you know, my thing is to them personally, don't wear yourself out with this, man. You know, breathe, go out and breathe, live, but know what it feels like to actually know to breathe and live when you're in a certain stance. You and your family don't have to worry about certain things. You know what I'm saying? You're taken care of. Your future affairs will be secure and taken care of. You know what I'm saying? And so forth. So, you know, it's definitely truly beautiful, brother, to gain the understanding. And I'll definitely be hitting you up pretty real soon because what I'd rather get the format and get the mentalism and get the functioning so I can have a better relationship of how things are supposed to operate and the components of them, so I can be able to actually break them down. When I look at a contract, or when I look at certain, you know what I'm saying, paperwork, I want to be able to know the jurisdiction. I want to be able to break it down. I want to know the wording. I want to be able to be abreast, you know what I'm saying, the certain things that's inputted into there to just confuse you and mind bother you, and certain things that you can re-put and critique yourself and put into there and actually be able to gain a better understanding or comprehending, you know what I'm saying, of what's actually being conveyed, you know what I'm saying, and put down, drafted. So yeah, that's definitely what it is, brother. And you know, much respect and much love to you, brother. You know what I'm saying. Definitely glad to hear from you. You're still going. You know what I'm saying. You didn't drop many jewels. You know what I'm saying, many moons. So you know what I'm saying. It's all good, brother. Every jewel you drop, you know what I'm saying, still adds the extra weight to what's already been dropped before. So, you know what I'm saying, it's all great, man, you know what I'm saying, live in trust, you know what I'm saying, private or public, which way we going with this thing, you know what I'm saying, it's a lifestyle, it's a mindset, it's a condition, it's a you know what I'm saying, it's definitely a way of being. It's just not paperwork, it's just not a package, you know what I'm saying, so it's definitely what it is. It's a true function for divine government and how to body things, how to truly run and operate and maintenance, you know what I'm saying, be the custodial. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, on the hindsight, I just told my brother, man, really, man, just be honest with it, bro. What did we come in the world with? We came in the world with principles and morals and things to stand upon, to utilize. But guess what? When we get rid of transmigrate, you know what I'm saying, reincarnate, or however, whatever that energy decided to do on the next, you know what I'm saying, other realm, we are going to take nothing with us. So that shows you in nature that you are the co-creator from the creator of all things. You are not an owner of nothing. So whatever you came into this existence with is what you're believing with, you know what I'm saying, which is nothing but the information and the knowledge that is distilled within the being. That's it, you know what I'm saying? And to have all that secure when we get ready to transmigrate is superior. That's a true nobleship, you know what I'm saying, that you wanna actually set forth for the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? So that's just what it is, man. Salute to the empire. Salute to the nobles. You know what I'm saying? You know, much trust. You know what I'm saying? To all the trustees, the beneficiaries, you know what I'm saying? The successors, trustees, remainders. You know what I'm saying? Everybody out there, man. You know what I'm saying? Play your position. Play your part. You know, so that's just what it is, Mo. I'm glad to hear from you, L. You know what I'm saying? Lay it down and force it. You know your part. You know what I'm saying? I mean, definitely create it. I definitely come behind you with you, bro, and help enforce it. You know what I'm saying? So that's just what it is, man. We on the way. You know what I'm saying? We got up next, Mo. We got up next, L. You know?
True indeed.
Yes, sir.
I dig it.
Yes.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I appreciate you calling in. And I appreciate you adding to the platform, man, being consistent, man. And I believe in you, man. And I know you're going to make it. And, you know, anything I can do to help, man, I got your back. So, you know, just keep it moving, man. Keep it pushing. Yeah, man, definitely thanks for calling in. Thanks for the kind words, man. I'll break the creator and the ancestors. Definitely.
Indeed. Give thanks.
Thanks for calling
Indeed.
in.
Indeed. Peace. Peace.
All right, we got like 60 seconds left in the broadcast. Listen online, you got to call in 424-222-5250 or 563-999-3625. I'm going to make an announcement. Every caller, I'm going to get to every single caller this show. I've been feeling bad. I've been jumping off the show. I'm going to get to every caller. So everyone who has their hand up, I'm going to definitely chop it up with you. So next caller, I will go to 305-0601. Area code 305-0601. Peace. What's your name? Where you calling from?
I'm calling from Miami, Florida. My name is Iris, and I'm very new to this. I've been trying to find out how to get connected and to be able to come on to talk to you. Certainly been listening to you on YouTube and very interested in things that you had on your radio show, blog and YouTube thing. But I definitely get in touch with you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. My name is Iron. And I'm new to the very first stage of finally got my birth certificate authenticated and just got that back. So I'm very new to this thing here. However, like I said, I've been listening to you, and you had a really awesome show on with a young lady that I was really interested in and want to get back and listen to that over again, but I don't know how to kind of operate it. I'm 65 years old, and I want to get moving in this direction, and all this stuff you're talking about, the Bitcoin, the trust, and all that stuff like that. So I just want to shout out to you and see where I can get going, where I can get started, because I definitely need help. I've been reading different stuff, different books and stuff like that. So I'm kind of learning the language, but I have a long way to go.
I understand, Sister. Peace. Welcome. Thank you for calling in. I appreciate it. This is High Frequency Radio Network, Yusuf L. And he has a show. He's the owner, the creator of High Frequency Radio. And my name is Sot L. And this is the foundation. So I think you're referencing Yusuf's show when he had the young lady on. But that's fine. I appreciate you checking out this show. We are on the same network, and we do work for the same cause. My recommendation would be these episodes. You can get you can listen to the old episodes. So you can go to Blog Talk Radio /High Frequency, and you can start listening to archived episodes, and start getting caught up with information and terminology and stuff like that. And then the website highfrequencyradionetwork.com has a great PDF section where you can start reading stuff, download the PDFs. You can read them on your Kindle, on your iPad or something like that. And, I think that would be the best place to get started is to, start where it feels most comfortable or most applicable or most interesting to you. Congratulations, on getting involved and, beginning to invest in your private education. And, I definitely would like to welcome you. And, on behalf of High Frequency Radio, I would like to thank you, for being a listener and, checking out our content.
You're more than welcome. I'd like to be a part of this family. This is very awesome. And like I said, I'm trying to get caught up in this thing here so that I can, I need to get caught up. But I'm trying to find my steps from one step to the next. And, so I'm very happy that I was able to finally get through to even to say hello and let you know that I want to be a part of this family. And very, very, very excited about it. Definitely a lot of information, education and stuff. And I'm ready to get going. So I appreciate your time and the information. I will do that and try to get going in the next step. Because I just did I had to go through a birth certificate amendment. I had to amend my birth certificate. I didn't know what I should have done there or not because they had my birth date wrong. After so many years, going one date, I sent off my birth certificate to come back another day, and I could not get them to change it. So I had to go through that information so I can get it authenticated. So I'm kind of like a little different from anybody I heard yet. If that was the right thing to do, to amend it, or just go with the one they just was giving me after all these years. So,
as far as I'm concerned, you could have done either or. It's just the name on the certificate, but it doesn't change what the certificate represents or how it's used.
Okay.
In my opinion, but I'm not qualified to give legal advice, but I do speak from experience.
Right. Okay. So after that, do I need to how does it get the notarized ownership? Where how the next step is on both of them, or just the latest one I got that's authenticated? Because I didn't get the other one, the one they gave me authenticated, and both parents was deceased, and I didn't have no other proof. I had to go through a old marriage license to get it changed back to my regular birth date. So now I'm like a little confused about how I should go forward from here, because I did my regular birth date that my family is familiar with, not the one they gave me. So I didn't know what to do about that.
So what are you looking to do with the birth certificate? Are you looking to do a secure party process or something like that?
Yes.
So the thing what I would recommend is go on YouTube. Yusuf L has videos on secure party process, and I would just watch those and get more familiar, with the secure party process and exactly how the birth certificate comes into play with regards to that process. And he's really good with that stuff. I can't take anything away from him. And he has a YouTube channel with videos on that process. So I would recommend, doing a search for Yusuf L on YouTube and finding his videos on secure party process. That's what I would recommend.
Yes. I have been listening to some of them already. It's just that I didn't run across one where someone went through had to amend their birth certificate and how to handle that part. And that's where I'm at a spot with trying to find out what do I do. And then I understand that you should get at least 4, and I have 3, and then my husband only have 2, so I have to send off and get more, or I have to.
He does what's called Open Forum Friday. Usually Friday mornings he does a show, and he just takes callers and answers questions. So I would suggest you call into one of his Friday shows.
What time Friday? So sometimes I wake up like in the middle of the night and he's had live shows and I missed it. So what time
Friday. He usually does shows Friday mornings. Not always though. Usually, He's usually in Eastern, so usually around like 8:00 Eastern, sometimes 7. He gets up early.
I'm Eastern too, but one night I was in bed. I just have to get up. He was on at 11:30 or 12:00 at night.
Yeah, he'll do that too.
How to make contact with him? I didn't have a phone number. I didn't have no way to call in, so I just listened to him. Because I subscribed to him, so I got the mess that he was on, and I just pushed the button and started listening to him.
Yeah,
so that's how I
the best thing to do, you got this number, so
I just got the.
Right, like he'll do shows on he does open forum Friday where he'll just talk about anything, and he answers questions Friday mornings. So just look for the show, and every once in a while call in on Fridays and see if he's doing a show.
Okay, I'll do that. Okay, well, thanks for talking to me.
Oh, you're more than welcome, sister. Thank you.
All right. Okay.
All right. Have a great night, and thanks for calling in. Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings
to you too.
All right. We're going to go back to the phone lines. What's the next caller? Let's do 347-9454. Peace. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Peace, brother. So, how you doing, man? This is Balance on the check-in. How you feel?
Balance, man. How you doing? Peace.
I'm getting there, man. I just got my lap dog back, man. It was down for the count, man. I'm just getting back online, man. I had to take it to the computer store and get it fixed, man. I was kind of feeling it. Hurting. Yeah, I was hurting. I was hurting for a good while, man. I didn't even get to check my emails, man. I'm just getting back on my email. I just got it not too long ago, man. I'm glad to have my lap dog back, you know what I'm saying? So I can get back on deck. See what the plan is in the world, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing like the internet, man. Keeps you on point, man.
I know. Once you can't get online, you bug it out. Like, you like it.
Yeah, like the phone.
Man, Wi-Fi. Like, what's your Wi-Fi password? I got a Wi-Fi password. People tripping.
Yeah, I ain't trying to go to no cafes, man. I ain't trying to sit up in no bummy cafes with, all type of fleas and bed bugs all up in there, because I know cats be sleeping in them cafes, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't trying to sit up in there.
They just be looking at me like, are you going to buy a coffee? Like, man, I ain't buying nothing. Let me get some water.
Yeah. You know that, right? They all want a profit off of you, right? They all want to get a profit.
What's up, man? How you doing, man? Good?
Yeah, I'm hanging in there, man. Working it day by day, man. Working on a master plan. You know what I'm saying? Like Rakim said, thinking of a master plan. Ain't nothing but sweat inside my hand. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just doing what I got to do, man. Getting ready to reach out to that little brother out in the BK land. See what he's doing. Is he down with the classes yet? Did he ever come to your classes?
Who you talking about? Brother Darryl?
Yeah, from BK.
Hold on, I think Brother Darryl. Yeah, I think Brownsville. Yeah, hold on. I think he's on here.
Okay, he's been on there. He's down with the classes. He's been on the private side already.
5098. That's Darryl. I'm gonna bring him in. You mind?
Yeah, bring him in, man. Cause I couldn't get in my email, man. I was out for the count, man, for a whole week.
Yeah.
What's the deal? It's down from Brownsville. Y'all hear me?
What it is, down? How you?
I'm all right. Balance. How you doing, So L? How y'all doing? All right?
Yeah.
Doing very well, brother.
Man. I was just kind of hurting. I was hurting for a minute. Lapdog was down for the count.
I'm gonna be in the class coming up sometime in February. Everything's supposed to be fall into place then. but I'm a little under the weather with my voice. But so L, you know you're significant. I've been listening to you yesteryear. I've been listening to you this year. I'm gonna listen to you next year. I listened to you in the past. I listened to you in the present. I'm gonna listen to you in the future. I listened to you yesterday. I listened to you today, and I'm gonna listen to you tomorrow. And everybody who listening to you, you have been significant in their life. You are significant in their life. You know, and I had listened to different communities, but when I started listening to y'all, I stuck to y'all like magnets, you know, and I always look forward to listen to you. I can't listen to Sharif, but I like business more than I like a lot of stuff, you know, and you're all about business, you know.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. You know, I'm very humbled. I appreciate those good words, man. You know, I'm just trying to do, you know, just doing what I feel like I'm supposed to be doing, man. Feels good, so I'm gonna keep doing it.
It's a new year coming in, so I hope all of your family is all right. You know, I'm all right. I'm just getting on, you know, I'm a little under the weather. My voice is, I guess you can hear it in my voice, but everything's all right.
Take some lemon and some cayenne, man. Take some lemon and some cayenne pepper and some warm water, man. Drink that down. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna say hi.
Or some lime. Get the lime. The lime is power. Lime is powerful.
And some green tea. And drink some green tea and put some honey in it.
Yes, right.
I think I'm a little dehydrated. I think that's the problem. Yeah.
Or get
with a lemon.
Apple cider to the head, like tequila. 2 shots to the head, man. You're all right.
Yeah.
Like the apple cider vinegar, yeah.
To the head. 2 shots. And a little vodka bottle.
Put a little bit of Vicks. Put a little Vicks in some water and pot and boil it. Put your head over it.
Okay. Put the rag over it.
Put
the rag over it.
Yeah.
And blow in the vapors, or, you know, take the peppermint soap, Dr. Bronner, and put it under hot water and soap up a cloth, you know, real good. Squeeze it out somewhat and put the vapors over your face and inhale the peppermint.
Yeah.
Watch how it clear you up. You know?
Yeah.
Powerful.
I definitely do that. I appreciate that advice, y'all.
No
definitely
doubt.
do.
Oh, man, no problem.
Yeah, I want to share something with everybody. I want y'all to have this. I want something to leave on your brain, so when we come around next time, somebody might have some good words. When you get a chance, right?
Go ahead.
Try to invest or try to get you some type of asset that's dealing in seeds. You know the key? Seeds is the key. That's more precious than any type of money, monopoly money. So if you can get access to some GMO seeds, try to get as much as you can and start storing it, because you know what I'm saying, it's going to be worth a lot of money before you even know it in a blink of an eye. You know what I'm saying?
You said try to get my hand on some what?
On some
non-GMO. Non-GMO seeds, right?
Oh, non-GMO, okay.
Yeah, just look for non-GMO seeds, and that could be a variety of seeds. Let's get that, because that's like an asset. So you can get your hands on it, start stocking up. You know what I'm saying? Because that's going to create a lot of, you know, of value.
They had this. They got this movie on TNT. It's called The Last Ship. And they had a problem with the plants growing. They had like one seed that didn't get affected, and everybody was trying to fight. It was like the end of the world type of time. And this Navy ship was going around the world, you know, curing people. It's called The Last Ship. And the last part of last season was about a seed. It was just one seed that could save the whole world. And everybody was like Russia, you know, Japan. Everybody was trying to get this seed, you know. But that was like, you know, they're going to be survival, you know. This was
right. You get
the only
some lettuce,
get
some
affected by the virus.
Cucumber seeds. Get them, man. Get them and stock them. That's what I'm trying to say. Get them and stock them up, man. Put it away in your safe. Put it up in your safe, man, because we might have to come together in a minute with a little community and start growing in-house. You know what I'm saying? We're going to do it like that, Big Willie style, in-house style.
We gonna have to come together. We all gonna come together. There's no might about it. We got to come together. That we talking over here, we got to meet up.
No, that's why I'm throwing a little buzz in your ear so you can be prepared. So when we come together, we're going to bring something to the table. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so it ain't no might about it. It's going to be a definite. It ain't no might about it. It's going to be a definite.
All right, y'all. I got a couple more callers I want to get to before I end the show, man. Y'all got anything to say on the way out?
Yeah. Peace and love, and stay strong with that. Stay strong.
And you get well, man.
Stay strong.
Get well, Brown. You know what I'm saying?
I will. Thank you very much, Balance, for Polo Grounds.
Talking to you shortly. Yeah, talking to you shortly, all right? Since I got my laptop
all right,
back.
You too. And you too, Coppertone Mellow Bay. And the Queen out there was my sister's online too.
Yeah, I love that Coppertone Mellow Bay, boy. You got good
vibes,
man.
Y'all be easy, man. Peace and blessings. Thanks for calling in, man. Love y'all, man. And have a great week.
Okay,
I love you too.
Peace. Love you too,
love
man.
Y'all too.
Mad love to you, man, at all times.
All right, peace. Man, so much love in the episode. I'm feeling the love tonight, y'all. I'm already feeling better. Next caller, who we got? That was the family. Did I miss right there? Let's see. 2088-347. Peace. What's your name? Where you calling from?
God bless. Sonel. Peace to the community, to the kings and queens. I was listening to everybody tonight. Let me tell you something. Whatever you do, you ending out 2017 and you're going into 2018, it's about taking risks. And sometimes we're going to have to take a risk. Don't ever be scared to take a risk. Fear holds so many people back. Sometimes you just got to toss in what you got and just hope for the best. And let me tell you something, because of the knowledge and the wisdom that you're giving out, and you're doing it from the heart with the love and the care for the people, the ancestors are sending people your way to bless you. And they come in different ways. Just take whatever they give you. You know, you could have the discernment to see the snakes, because the snakes is going to come out the cracks too. But you don't have a fear, you know, and that's what the community needs to understand. When people help you, and they're genuinely helping you, you will know. When they are genuinely on design to tear you down, you gonna know, because it shows. I always tell people, and I teach my kids this, show me your friends, and I'll tell you who you are. You know, and that's been a given. You know, if people are genuine towards you, they stay close to you, and they check in on you on a regular. When people don't mean you well, they come in, get what they got to get, and they keep going. But see, I always tell people, be careful of the bridges you burn when you're going across, because you might have to go back to that same bridge. See, I listen to everybody that's calling in every week, and I notice some of the callers are still calling in, and I notice a lot of the callers stop calling. So, weigh your option. Is it about getting what you can for yourself or getting what you can to help others? I always tell people, I know you by your actions, not by your words. Whatever you do, whatever you invest in, make sure you consult the ancestors. Make sure you consult your better half. And make sure. Because, see, you can't lose anything. You can never lose anything. You got the wisdom. You got the understanding. You got the good heart. You got integrity and honesty. And when you have that, and you got your word, because at the end of the day, when everything else is gone, all you have is your word, your honor, and your integrity. If you don't have that, you don't have nothing. Because, like you always said, what will you be spoken about when you go? What will people say about you when you go? Will they talk about you in a good way, or will they talk about you in a bad way? Will they come and remember you when you need it, or they don't remember you? So, to the community, we all coming up as a group. I hope we all stay together as a group, and we don't turn on each other in the long run. because we all going to need each other in this community. I don't care whether it's Yusuf L, Sharif, Jonah Bay, it doesn't matter. All the communities going to have to come together, because if we look at Boo Boo the Fool in the chair right now, he's about to cut up everything that our ancestors put in place, and it don't look like a good outcome. So the community going to really have to pull together, and we going to have to lift each other up. And as we all going over the wall, we going to have to grab more than one, because it's getting real short real quick. You be blessed, Brother Soel. I'm going to listen into you. Remember, fear is not an option. Take a risk. The ancestors are sending the good people to you. They moving the bad ones from you. Just take your risk and keep doing what you're doing. Be blessed, my brother, you and the family.
Appreciate
Peace to the community.
Yvette. Appreciate you, Sister Yvette. Thank you for calling in, and I always appreciate your words. So, you have a blessed week, and I trust I'll speak with you next week, sister. Thank you.
Amen. Peace to the community. Peace to you. Peace and blessings to you.
Peace. Woo! That's just to be charging me up. Boom, boom, booty. I got shot, Brother Bay. Brother Brian Bay. Brother Bay. Brother Brian Bay. How you going to put
Hey, man, what's up?
What's up, man? Peace.
I'm all right. I thought he was just he was playing
around.
Yeah, I was thinking he was waiting for it.
That's your new name. Boom, boom, booty. I got shot, Brother Brian.
Hey, it worked for me. All I'm going to say is, yeah, man, come in to, give some of this energy to you, just loving what you're doing and, soaking as much as I can. And thanks to the lovely mother, sister that said what she was saying. I heard what she said about last week, I think it was, about the Chef Corporation. I was listening, and I appreciate the information that all the people before me be dropping, because it's always good to hear those gems, because you don't hear it in these mainstream TVs and these mind-controlling boxes, So we got to find other ways, the internet, which some, like how you were talking about how things that people maintain that we created, that's the thing. Internet was one of those things, and also web address, because it was a brother and a brother and a sister, not related, but they both made the web addresses, and they were trying to find their own people to get in this. They said, "Hey, give us this money. We'll be able. You gonna make money." Because there was nobody in it. And you know what the biggest problem was? We didn't believe in ourselves. So they were like, "Hey, there's none of these Europeans in it, so it must not gonna be a big thing." It's like how you was talking about Bitcoin. People get in, get out, get what you can, get out, learn the rules of the game, and make a profit. And when you see it's gone, about to collapse, go get out. So I know that it could have been a lot of people. I remember the person from the founder of BT could have got into it, owning web addresses, but he didn't believe in, because he didn't see none of them in there. And so they kept on trying to find their people, and eventually they gave it to somebody else. They gave it to the Europeans. So guess what happened? They started making money, and then our people looking like, that's crazy. I should have jumped in it. Same thing about the internet. They don't tell you these things, because why would I tell you about your own information? Like, the internet, if your people made the internet, and your people made web addresses. So really, they gave you a way to not be stuck in somebody else's system. Because the internet, you can go find anybody you want. Like I stumbled on you, Energy brought me over here, and I stumbled on all these other brothers that connected to you, and the big brother Yusef. So it's, that's how it works. Like she said, you got to take a risk, because I took a risk. I told you, I was like, man, I don't know about this. I was feeling kind of weird listening to all this stuff. So I'm like, but I told you, I just start putting it, using my mind, start reading, and just putting it, putting that brain to work. And please believe me, it ain't easy for me, because I got maybe that's what happened to me. I got a vaccination shot, and then it maybe messed me up when it came to the reading game. But, you know, I still do what I got to do to get the information. So, you know, and people be telling me, it's like, you got a lot of it. I'm like, yeah. So it's all about starting to, you know, respect each other and start believing in ourselves and our own people, you know, because everybody tripping off of Tiny Hands who's running the so-called government. But I'm like, hey, we the creators. I heard a dude told me that, and he said, y'all create, we maintain, and other people duplicate what y'all do. So it's like, dang. And he's like, you know, nobody gonna tell you that. You know, and it's like, I never thought about it, but, you know, that's what they said, you know. You know, we were supposed to be the people that kept the information going, and somehow we lost it. We got too cocky. We did things that we shouldn't have done to other folks, and it came back to harm us, you know. And now we got to get back right, get on the right path, and do what we got to do. So, you know, that's it from the man over here in the Bay. So I appreciate what you do, man. Always trying to listen, you know, trying to get what I can, and hope that I could be able to contribute to, you know, all our people out here and trying to bring other people to learn what we need to learn.
Yep. Thank you. All praise is due to the Creator and ancestors, but I appreciate you, man, you know, and what you bring forth. And, you know, it's just work, man. We got a job to do. I'm down.
Yeah, all I could do is hope to be, you know, bring what I can and try to do what you're doing, trying to help people. Because I always feel like I was kind of weird. But now I don't, because I always kind of feel like I will use these, you know, paper, money, whatever, to get what I needed. I didn't really value it as much as I value what I can get with it. And I couldn't get people to do things, so I had to get this paper to make them do things. You know, help me help these people out. So.
Exactly.
All right, man.
All right, man. Yeah, man. Let's keep it moving. Appreciate you calling in, man. I'll talk to you soon. You know what it is. But yeah, man. Peace and blessings. All right. Peace and love. All right, y'all. That's it, man. That's all the callers, and I'm not even playing. A couple dropped off. That's not my fault. We streaming, so you can't call back in. That's what happens. I appreciate y'all checking out the show. You know, the foundation, how to protect your assets. I know I got heavy into, you know, current events and, you know, what I was talking about, my experience with the investment in a specific, you know, medium known as some sort of cryptocurrency. But, you know, the basic gist is, you know, there's protection afforded in a lot of places. You just got to look and you got to understand what's going on. So, you know, with that being said, understand that things are easier than you think. And just because you don't see people doing it doesn't mean you can't do it. Because who are they? And how do they define and distinguish what you're capable of? You'll never know what you're capable of unless you try. And that's the biggest thing. A lot of people are failed to try. Afraid to try and fail, my bad. But, you know, fear, false evidence, peer and real, whatever you want to get into it. My fear is not attempting things that I could have been great at. I want to, you know, try to transition. Any type of fear you have, let it be that. Not doing something that you would have been great at. What is that? I don't know. You got to attempt some things to find out. But I believe in you, and I know you can do it. I want to say peace. I appreciate everyone checking out the show, everyone who stayed this long time. You know, checked out the whole show, whether you're checking out our archive or you're live right now. You called into the switchboard, and you're still on the switchboard. I really appreciate you. I got love for you. You're the reason why I do this every single week. Straight up. Because I know that we can do it, and I'm not falling for the whoop-de-wop, the jibbity jam. I believe in you, and I know that we can get this right. And not everybody's going to get it, and I understand that. No hard feelings. But those who are, I'm talking to you. And y'all know who I'm talking about. You might have some doubts sometimes, but we all do. Straight up. Ain't nobody out here flawless, not having doubts about they stuff or what they doing. But it's all about what you see and how they behave and how they act, whether you admire them or respect them or not. The same goes for you. So with that being said, I want to say peace. I want to say real quick, every dollar that leaves the trust is an expense. You can An asset trust can be a beneficiary to a family trust. You can exchange assets by placing them items into trust and exchanging the trustees, man. Just resign. DNI is distributable net income. A good one to look at is Hotchkiss versus Northland Petroleum Consolidated. That's 104 MONT. You got me? 328, 67P space 2D space 811. Got it? Keyman Insurance is really big. You got to get on that. Look it up. Understand what I'm talking about. Edwards versus the Commissioner. Ashworth versus Hagen Estates, 181 S.E. 381 space 1935. Case law, y'all, get on it. It's how we get moving. It's how you understand what's going down. I love y'all, and I'll catch y'all next time. Peace from Sot L and the Foundation here on High Frequency Radio. Y'all be safe, and y'all take care of yourself. Enjoy yourself. Peace and God.
Doing this thing all the way live. High Frequency Radio.